SummerSlam, man. SummerSlam. It didn't deliver. I'm going to try not to rip into this pay-per-view too much. I'm going to try to keep it calm. I know there's going to be a moment in particular where I'm going to rip apart their decisions. I know there's going to be a moment where I'm not going to be happy during this. And I'm just going to forewarn you, I'm sorry in advance for anything that you might take offense of what I'm going to say, but it's facts. Anyways, first match, we had the Miz Taraj versus the Hardy Boys and Jason Jordan. Do you care? No. 9 out of 10 of you probably didn't care. 9 to 10 of you probably didn't even watch it. But the Miz Taraj did beat Jason Jordan and the Hardy Boys, but it wasn't anything to remember. So, what does that do for anybody, man? The IC title was not defended on the show. Neville and Tozawa was next. Why did we have Tozawa win the title on Monday? To have him lose it at SummerSlam. Why? Why did we ever take the title off Neville in the first place? That was the dumbest mistake of their lives. If they were going to just give it right back to Tozawa. If Tozawa was ever going to get a win, it had to have been at SummerSlam. So the decision made no sense there either. It didn't. Next, we had the Usos versus the New Day. And we had another title change on the show. The Usos regained their tag team titles after the New Day has not defended them against the Usos since. And they won them back on their first try. So, the Usos get the rub off the New Day, who have not defended the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships successfully yet because they just lost them to the Usos. After just winning them at Battleground, they're going to give them right back to the Usos. I like the Usos. I thought the New Day should have won at SummerSlam and had the Usos win at Battleground. But, hey, Usos picked up the win. It's not exactly what I wanted. It's not exactly what I thought should have happened. It's not exactly great booking on their part either. And also, they had a pretty good match. I liked their match. I enjoyed it. I think it could have easily replaced Big Cass and Big Show with Enzo hanging above in a shark cage. I think it could have easily replaced that. I don't know why that was on the main show, and I don't know why they didn't have that match like first or second. Oh my lord. Oh my. Get Enzo and Cass back together. You can tell neither of them are ready for their own stuff. Next, we had Baron Corbin versus John Cena. Baron Corbin just lost his Money in the Bank briefcase, made him look like an idiot. Baron Corbin came in here with a anger, with a fierce side of him that we haven't seen. He tries to take John Cena out. He tries to make John Cena pay for the hardship he caused him. And what does John Cena do? John Cena turns into Super Cena and he beats Baron Corbin. He beat Baron Corbin in a match he shouldn't have beat Baron Corbin. And they're making Baron Corbin look even dumber now. So Baron Corbin, you're buried. You can go sit with Ty Dillinger. You can go sit with Sami Zayn. You can go sit with anybody who didn't have a match on this show in catering because there's nothing going for you anymore. You need to go to Raw. Baron Corbin's screwed. He's legitimately screwed. I don't know what they're going to do with Baron Corbin to make us think that he's any competitor on SmackDown Live. He lost his briefcase to Jinder Mahal, who I have something to say about later. He lost his briefcase to Jinder Mahal on a roll-up. And then he comes and loses to John Cena after just being costed the world title? What? What, man? Come on. Next, we had Naomi defending her title against Natalya. A match that I thought Carmella should have cashed in at. I thought that Carmella should have cashed in while Natalya had a figure for, or what is it? It's the sharpshooter, my bad. On Naomi. She locked it in. Naomi reversed it. And she ended up hitting it again onto Naomi. This causing Naomi to tap middle of the ring. They had it playing for a while, her victory scene. And she was sitting here celebrating. I thought Carmella was going to come in. Didn't happen. She walks right up the ramp just fine. What was so exciting about that? It was a title change. That's what made that match exciting. If we could have, letting Naomi keep the title, letting anybody else on the card keeping the title, anybody from the pre-show, anybody could keep the title, and we choose Mahal to keep the title? Are you kidding me? We'll talk about Mahal later, though. Next, we have Big Cass versus the Big Show. Enzo Amore hanging above there in a shark cage. Enzo slipped out of the shark cage. He came down, tried to help the Big Show. Yeah, man. Big Show had a broken hand. He had a knockout punch on Cass. Didn't fully connect because it was broken. Kick out. Cass ends up hitting a big boot on both Enzo and Big Show. Then hitting an Empire Elbow on the Big Show and picking up the victory over Big Show. But it was the 2 because Enzo slid out of the shark cage. But he started pouring vinegar or something on him, man. And I'm just like, oh my lord. Are you kidding me right now? Enzo is getting involved? Enzo Amore? Come on. Next we had a pretty good match. We did. Sasha Banks got a 4th title reign as she beat Alexa Bliss. I said that should have happened going into it. A lot of people were thinking that Bayley's injury was legit, that they screwed themselves over with that. I'm leaning towards the side of thinking that Bayley's not hurt. They're just giving Sasha the title so that she can say, you know what, Bayley? You don't deserve a shot at my championship. Turn her heel, essentially. And then they can eventually go on to have a match at WrestleMania. But Alexa Bliss and Sasha are going to have a rematch at the next brand pay-per-view, which I believe is No Mercy. So Bayley is out of the picture for now. Next, the match that made me mad. We have Rusev attack Randy Orton during his entrance. He completely lays out Randy Orton. Randy Orton can't even stand up, right? He comes back in the ring, he rolls him in there. The ref's not letting him start. No, not start yet. Ref finally rings the bell. Orton stood up. Orton dodges a clothesline, turns around, RKO, 1, 2, 3, just like that. An unhurt and somebody who didn't take any damage eats 1 RKO from Randy Orton. Jinder Mahal kicked out of an RKO. Jinder Mahal kicked out of an RKO. And you're telling me Rusev can't. Rusev is what? 240, something like that? Probably heavier than that. And he can't kick out of 1 RKO. Nothing happened to him besides a RKO. He didn't kick out. 10-second match. Good job. Good job. Rusev, congratulations. You're with Baron Corbin now. You just lost to John Cena, just like Corbin did. And now you lost to Randy Orton in 10 seconds. Congratulations. You're a complete jobber level now, buddy. I love Rusev. Don't know why they did it. They did Rusev completely dirty in this. They should be ashamed of what they did. Next, we had a match that didn't take too long. A match that I just promoted for you guys in the entrance because of yesterday. I painted up my face. And I turned into a demon for a minute for a intro to the video. So I could do it. Demon Balor, he picked up the victory over against Bray Wyatt. And Demon Balor, he got into the head of Bray Wyatt, man. Bray Wyatt, he's sitting here doing a spider walk. Finn Balor pops right up and he acts all like his demon. He's sitting there crawling around, doing the whole demon thing. And Bray Wyatt's over here like, wait a minute, he's getting in my head. What is this? And Balor picks up the victory. He hits a coup de grace on Bray Wyatt. 1, 2, 3, beats him. I don't think that match went over 10 minutes, but it definitely wasn't a match that it required the demon to be brought out. The match wasn't long enough for the demon, in my opinion. The match, putting all that face paint on, it takes like 3 hours to get the face paint for Balor. And are you kidding me? He gets a 10-minute match. I don't even think it might have been less than that, but it felt short. Next, we have The Shield versus Shamaro. The Shield got a new title reign as 2/3 of them went in there. They beat Shamaro. It was a good match. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, you could tell they still have chemistry as a tag team. They worked together. They defeated the champions, And that was probably, if it wasn't the Banks, and if it wasn't the Balor match, those were probably the best decisions they made. Now, for the best match, it's obviously going to be the Fatal 4-Way. No question about it. But they didn't make a lot of great decisions here on SummerSlam. But the Shield was one of them. It was one of them. I'll give them that credit. Next, we had AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens with Shane McMahon as the special guest referee. We got to see Shane get involved a couple times, accidentally getting hit. Then he gets shoved because he wasn't counting fast enough. It leaves him shoving him back, getting rolled up, false finish. Eventually, Owens and Shane have an encounter. Owens is like, come on, count faster. He shoves him. AJ Styles rolls him up. No. Gets up. Pele goes to the top, or goes to the outside, hits a phenomenal forearm, rolls back through, hits a Styles Clash, rolls in for the pin. 1, 2, 3. AJ Styles retains. The last 3 matches of the show have been retained. All the matches up till then were not. Because Jinder Mahal, the modern day Maharaja, beat Shinsuke Nakamura. Jinder Mahal beat Shinsuke Nakamura. Let that sink in. Nakamura, one of the best talents on their roster. Nakamura, one of the guys that people thought shouldn't have lost till WrestleMania against AJ Styles. Nakamura was supposed to be that special guy. Nakamura was supposed to be the guy of the future. Nakamura is a guy that a lot of hardcore fans like, myself included. He has the entrance. He has the persona about him. He has the feel that he should be a world champion. And he got beat by Jinder Mahal. I don't care if it was outside interference. If it was outside interference, then it should have been a disqualification. Jinder Mahal should not have pinned Shinsuke Nakamura. But the Singh brothers, they come in, they distract Nakamura. He hits 2 Kinshasas on them. Leads to a whole shebang. Anyways, finishes with a Khallas to Nakamura, where Nakamura, the whole match, basically had Mahal's number. And he barely took any damage, if at all. And then he eats 1 Khallas. A bad finisher for a main event scene. And he loses to Jinder Mahal. That's when I knew that SummerSlam was a fail. SummerSlam, although they had bad booking decisions, I was going to come out here and I was going to give them 5, just minimal, for this show until we got to the Nakamura match. When they made that decision, that show immediately went down to a 2. And with the main event, that show stayed at a 2. It didn't it didn't rise, it didn't change, because the wrong outcome happened twice in a row. Twice. Mahal shouldn't have won, and Lesnar shouldn't have won. Lesnar was in the Fatal 4-Way match. It was a good match. It was a great match. Braun Strowman put Lesnar through 2 tables. Roman speared Lesnar and Joe through the barricade. Strowman was sitting there laughing while Lesnar had to be carted off. Yeah, they carted Brock Lesnar, out of all people, out. And if that moment you didn't think Brock Lesnar was coming back, you knew that you were an idiot. Everybody saw that coming from a mile away. Brock Lesnar was going to come back. He was going to hit an F5. He hits an F5 on Samoa Joe when he returns. Samoa Joe was about to win. He had a coquina clutch locked in. He hits a F5 on Samoa Joe, goes for the pin. Roman breaks it up. Then Roman takes an F5. And Roman eats the pin. 1, 2, 3. Lesnar retains. The match was great. Don't get me wrong. The match it did deliver. That was a main event. That was a good a good match. That is a match that should be on a big show. That match could have written the show itself. But the thing is, we had Brock Lesnar win. The Universal Champion is a part-timer. He's held the title for 6 months now, since it's been Mania. Fair enough. Brock Lesnar's time should have been up. He has not done anything with the title. He had a great match with Samoa Joe. But do you account that to Brock Lesnar, or do you account that to Samoa Joe? Samoa Joe came in to Great Balls of Fire. They didn't have faith in Samoa Joe. They thought he was going to be a one-off. Samoa Joe came in. He cut great promos. He gave us a legit feeling. He put Paul Heyman asleep. And then he did it twice to Lesnar. Samoa Joe made himself a star. He made himself somebody who couldn't be denied an opportunity. He got into the match. Probably wasn't even going to be in it. It was probably going to be Roman against Lesnar, where I assume Roman would have won. But Samoa Joe changed the whole outcome. Samoa Joe single-handedly made us care about the Universal title for just a small slither of time. But then Lesnar won. Then Lesnar beat Roman Reigns. Where do they go from here? Roman shouldn't get a title shot. He got pinned. What does Braun have? He put Lesnar through a lot. What does Joe have? He came close to beating Lesnar once. Can he do it again? Where do they go from here? What do they do with Lesnar after this? Does he fight Samoa Joe? Does he fight Braun Strowman? He shouldn't fight Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns lost. He's the loser of this. He lost. He shouldn't be in talks for another match. Where does Brock Lesnar go from here? Does John Cena come in and steal Joe's opportunity? Steal Strowman's opportunity? Where both of them are legit. Both of them are there day in, day out, busting their butts off to bring us a good show. Are they going to let Cena come in, a part-timer, take the title, hold it into Mania, defend it against Roman Reigns, and then leave again? Is that what they're going to do? Because if that's what they're going to do, that's too predictable. That's almost like Lesnar and Reigns. Everybody can see it coming from a mile away. I do want to see Roman Reigns and John Cena at some point. But do I think they should hold the Universal title for that? No. Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman. One of those two guys need the title. I don't like Roman Reigns. I like him, but I don't like him as a fan's perspective because of his push. I'm not a huge fan on what Roman Reigns has done. I'm not a big fan on any of that. But if Roman Reigns would have won, I would have been fine with it. It gets the title off the part-timer. It's on TV each and every single week like it should be. And then we can have a show. Then we can go and we can find Joe Roman. Then we can have Braun Roman again. And then we can have Lesnar Roman for his rematch. Then we can get Balor Roman. We can get Wyatt Roman. We can get a bunch of different matches. You could even get Cena Roman. But are we seriously going to have it stocked up on a part-timer all year? Please tell me we don't. Please tell me we don't. Anyways, make sure you leave some comments down below what you thought of SummerSlam if you enjoyed it. SummerSlam, a lot of decisions didn't make sense. Let's count here. I'm counting right now. Right here. Miz Taraj, who cared? I'm going to count it anyways. Neville, who cared? It should have never been it, so that made a stupid mistake too. Usos, nope. Cena beating Corbin, nope. Natalya beating Naomi, has she been built up? Nope. Cass and Big Show, who cared about that feud? That's going on the list. Banks and Bliss, okay, I'll give that one it. Orton Rusev, nope. Balor Wyatt, was it long enough? No, but I'm not going to mark it down because the right outcome came of it. But it wasn't anything special. Shield, that was a good match. I will give them that. AJ Owens, that was a good match based on the people inside the match. Some of the spots didn't make any sense, but you know what? I'm not going to mark it down. Mahal Nakamura, complete and utter flop. That was the biggest flop of the night. Lesnar could have retained, and I would have been happy, but Nakamura lost to Jinder Mahal. Let that sink in. Nakamura lost to Jinder Mahal. And Lesnar, by the way, you're also a flop. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 matches that the booking decisions made sense. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that the Usos and New Day wasn't a good match. I'm not going to sit here and say that the Shield and Shamar wasn't a good match. I'm not going to sit here and say AJ and Owens isn't a good match. I'm not going to sit here and say the Fatal 4-Way wasn't a good match. It's just the booking decisions and some of this stuff did not make any sense. That's not the performer's fault. That's creative. And I don't know how they could live letting Nakamura lose to Jinder Mahal. He wasn't disqualified. He didn't tap out. He got pinned by Jinder Mahal. So now when you are asked the question, who beat Shinsuke Nakamura for the first time on the main roster? Your response? Jinder Mahal. Hey, isn't that the one bum from 3MB? Yes. Yes, it is.